Hey guys, it's Karen again, and it's my update for my 100 Days of Making Comics challenge, day 60 something. I didn't get a lot done tonight. That's the running theme of my life. Actually, I guess that's kind of not true. I still don't have everything scripted out. I'm still having a terrible time getting into my BIC, but in chair writing. So I started messing around with thumbnails today because I have the outline, so I know generally what's going to happen. What I'm trying to write is the dialogue, and I thought, well, maybe I can just paste on the screen itself and not worry so much about the script. I mean, nobody's illustrating this for me. I'm doing it myself. Maybe if I work back and forth between the two, it will help, and I'll get things done faster. Yeah, I just felt like drawing tonight. I didn't feel like writing, so that's my excuse. And so I'll show you what I did. I just did some thumbnails of the things that I've been like thinking I was gonna maybe do in the story, and yeah, I don't know. I'll show them to you. So let's see if I can get this on the screen. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to lay out. I didn't do page 1. That was the thing I was working on yesterday with the perspective. Then page 2, let me get this out of the way more. Get me out of the way more. Skedaddles. Let me close that. Don't want that to come up. So I don't know how I'm going to, and I don't have the script in front of me. I'm just working off what I see in my head. And I know in this, in the big empty space there on the left, this is all going to be where he's, you see him, and then he talks about what he's doing, the job he's on, the surveillance job he's on. And at the bottom here, these things on the bottom, they're supposed to be, I don't know if you can read that, it says click, click, you know, pretty typical. He's taking pictures with his digital camera of the bad guy and the girlfriend. So then on the next page, and then right here in this scribbly down bottom corner here, I wish I could, let me see if I can get this to work. Let me get a new layer. This right here, right there, that is supposed to be fingers coming and blocking the shot, you know? And then so, then at the top of the page, there's at the top of the page here, it's supposed to be just a blank panel where he'd be like, what? Or whatever I write. And then you can't see what's here, but that is the camera being wrenched away. And then his face, his reaction shot. And what he's looking at is this. That's Cricky. Cricky's pointing a gun at him and is taking the camera away. So he's told to put your hands where I can see him and get out of the car. And so he opens the car. The window's open clearly, because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to grab the thing. So to keep his hands in sight, he opens the door that way and keeps his hand up. And I don't know about this bottom panel, but I did like the zigzaggy, this zigzaggy flow that leads to the page turn and to the next. You'll see a woman's hand here, and here's the camera. I don't know if it'll work or not. Maybe it just depends on how I draw it, but I was trying to, you know, getting the flow of the page. So somehow I'll need to emphasize up here, I'll need to emphasize this motion. But I did like this. I thought this was a good layout right there. And then with this. So then on the next page, you see who all is confronting him. This is Fowler, Cricky, and Ava Hart. the team leader. And they say something, and then she says something, I'm going to assume, and we get to see a picture of her, because, you know, hot lady. And then Gregor gets out of the car with his hands up all the way, and then she probably says here to frisk him, make sure he's not carrying anything. She's got his camera. And then they shove him unnecessarily hard into the car. And they, Fowler, the tall guy, holds him down while Cricky, the shorter man, does the frisking. And he's being shoved against the back of his car. And he says something here. And she's saying something. And she's starting to look at the camera. So then the next page, this is as far as I've gotten. So the next page, we see that she's flipping through the pictures that he's taken. And of her boss. And this panel here is her wordless, it might have a ... word balloon. So we don't quite know what she's thinking as she's looking through them. And then she's going to say, let him up. And I don't know what's going to happen next. I actually got to look at this scene was kind of in my mind a little bit today. And I don't know what happens. I know that this part is where, so this part I didn't need the dialogue to draw because I could see it in my head. This needs to now, in this area, needs to escalate into I know she's going to have to ask him, who do you work for? Who paid you to take these? Who do you work for? Take these. I'm just going to write it down so I don't forget. And at some point here, an altercation is going to start. So I'm on page, so this is page 5, and there's a page turn down here. So, yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if it's going to, I don't know how that is. Like I said, I've never really, not for like 20 years, if I tried to really lay out pages, and crime fiction is not certainly I've never tried to do this before, but I think it could be cool. So, yeah, this is what I did today. I don't know if I'm going to thumbnail more tomorrow or not. This might have just been what I wanted to do today. Anyway, so I'm glad I got this done. So like I said, I need to figure out dialogue. I need to Stanley it and go back and figure out dialogue. And then I need to figure out this fight. So I think the one thing I'm realizing is I had constrained myself to 12 pages per chapter, as it were, section. And I'm not sure, having laid this out without looking at my outline, if I've strayed too far from that. And since this is already going to be longer than I originally thought it was, I'm not going to sweat it if I go longer, especially if I only ever self-publish it, or like I don't need a specific page count. I don't need to worry about that. So I still want to keep it pretty tight and constrain it to what I've got outlined. But if I need a little bit of extra room, like I think between 4 and 6 panels a page is pretty good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, especially for fight scenes and stuff, I don't want to like have to cram a bunch of little tiny like whatevers into the page. So I'll see. I might, if I go up a page or two in my section counts, just to like let the piece float, like breathe, that's okay. So yeah. So anyway, that's what I did today. It was fun actually, and I did only put about a half hour of drawing into this. And I'm done now. I'm tired. So there's actual real like drawing comic booky type things happening today, which was exciting. So that made me happy. Oops, sorry guys, I grabbed my mouse and And yeah, and I will have to have like a million things of reference. I don't know how to draw guys like dragging a dude to head push. I'll have to see if I can find some like old cops videos or something on YouTube. And I don't know, were they bad in the, did they like frisk guys in that? Or some movies, or I don't know. I'm sure Google will be my friend and help me find some good reference to figure this out when I eventually get to drawing the whole thing, because I do want to try to thumbnail out the entire book first and then do the pencils for the entire thing and then do the inks or the, yeah. So anyway, that's it. So that was fun, a little action, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. I hope you're having a good weekend. Bye.